The day the world called 10 cars worthless, one struggling father saw something nobody else could see. While a billionaire woman watched those broken machines being dragged away like forgotten pieces of metal, a single dad stood quietly in the corner, staring at the rust, cracks, and damaged engines. He didn't see junk. He saw a chance. He saw hope. He saw a future for his little daughter and a way to prove that even broken things could still have value. Before we continue this emotional journey, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of never giving up, take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel, Beyond Single Dad. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories like this to life. The story began with a man named Kaiven Mercer, a single father who had spent years fighting battles nobody noticed. After losing his job at a small repair shop, Kaiven struggled to pay rent, buy groceries, and give his young daughter the simple childhood she deserved. Every night, after putting his daughter to sleep, he would sit alone at the kitchen table, looking at old bills and wondering how he had fallen so far. Kaiven had always been good with machines. As a teenager, he learned how engines worked by taking apart old motorcycles and rebuilding them piece by piece. But life had become heavier than his dreams. He was no longer chasing success. He was simply trying to survive. Across the city lived a billionaire businesswoman named Valeria Ashford, a woman known for her luxury car collection and massive technology empire. To the world, Valeria had everything: wealth, fame, and success. But behind the glass walls of her mansion, she carried her own loneliness. After years of collecting rare vehicles, she decided to clear space in her private garage. 10 damaged cars that had been sitting untouched for years were labeled useless and scheduled to be thrown away. The vehicles had broken engines, damaged bodies, and problems that made most mechanics shake their heads. People told Valeria that repairing them would cost more than they were worth. So she decided to get rid of them. That was when Kaiven heard about the abandoned cars. Most people laughed when he said he wanted them. They told him he was wasting his time. They reminded him that he was already struggling and could not afford another problem. But Kaiven looked at those cars and remembered something his late father once taught him: a thing that is damaged is not always destroyed. Sometimes it just needs someone patient enough to rebuild it. With almost no money in his pocket, Kaiven took the 10 broken cars home one by one. His small garage became his workshop. The cold nights became his working hours. While others slept, he searched for affordable parts, studied old manuals, and repaired engines with his own hands. His daughter, Amara, watched her father work every day. She saw the tired eyes, the grease-covered hands, and the determination that never disappeared. To her, her father was not a struggling man. He was a hero trying to build something from nothing. Months passed, and slowly, the impossible started happening. One by one, the forgotten cars came back to life. The engines roared again. The damaged bodies were restored. The vehicles that people considered worthless began looking like rare treasures. Then something unexpected happened. A collector saw one of Kaiven's restored cars online and could not believe the transformation. The vehicle that had once been abandoned became a highly valuable classic. Offers started coming in. More collectors became interested. Soon, the same cars that were almost thrown away became the foundation of a growing restoration business. But Kaiven did not forget where it started. He didn't just restore cars, he restored his own life. He hired other struggling fathers and mechanics who had lost their opportunities. He created a place where people who felt forgotten could rebuild their futures. Years later, the company he built from those 10 broken cars was valued at over $10 million. The same machines that were once called useless became the reason a family found security, and the reason many others found new beginnings. When Valeria Ashford finally visited Kaiven's workshop, she saw something money could never buy. She saw passion, kindness, and a man who turned someone else's discarded items into a symbol of hope. The cars she thought were worthless had become proof that value is not always visible at first glance. Kaiven's greatest achievement was never the fortune. It was showing his daughter that challenges do not decide a person's future. Choices, courage, and determination do. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that every person deserves a second chance, please engage with this video by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your support helps these stories reach people who need a little hope. Before the ending, leave a comment saying, "Second chances matter," if you believe that nothing and nobody should be judged only by their broken parts. Because sometimes the things the world throws away are exactly the things waiting for someone brave enough to rebuild them. And sometimes, a single person's kindness and belief can turn a forgotten dream into a life-changing miracle.